This is the Cupra Born, and it's the Spanish firm's first all-electric car. Those in need of a quick refresher, Cupra is the premium performance arm of SEAT and distinguishes itself with lots of copper highlights contrasted with black or grey surfaces. SEAT, meanwhile, is owned by Volkswagen, so it comes as little surprise that the Born uses VW's MEB architecture, which serves as the basis for most of the group's affordable electric cars. But we're here to show you that Cupra's EV is a bit more than just a VW with copper bits stuck on it in our list of 5 things you need to know about the Born. But before I jump in, remember to hit the like button if you like what you see and subscribe for more awesome videos just like this one. Peel back the Cupra Born skin and you'll find the same underpinnings as the Volkswagen ID.3. It's about the same size and shape as the VW too, but what sets it apart is its all-new sporty design that reflects Cupra's position as SEAT's performance arm. Angular LEDs flank a sculpted but short bonnet. The grille is larger and lower than the one used on the ID.3, and it's adorned with Cupra's signature copper-coloured trim, which is also used for the Cupra badge and name on the bonnet. The Born's A-pillar is raked sharply to increase aerodynamics and to enhance its sporty appearance, and at the back it gets a wraparound light bar similar to that found on the Cupra Formentor. And if you want to watch our review of that, why not click the link in the top right hand corner. Now this light bar doesn't just look cool, but it also gives the illusion that the car is wider than it actually is. Other unique touches include the black textured surface on the C-pillar, designed to give the appearance of a floating roofline, and sharp creases along the side of the car to bolster its muscular look. Is it just us, or does the Born look a little bit like a cool underwater monster from a sci-fi movie? Tell me I'm horrendously wrong down in the comments. The Born's interior is simple and clean, with minimal physical buttons and a driver-focused fascia. More of the copper trim does a good job of distinguishing it from the VW, but you can see the same switchgear has been carried over in most places, such as the virtual cockpit and the small button panel next to the steering wheel that controls the lights. Expect build quality to be on point too, and we got a good taste of that with the excellent Cupra Formentor. That being said, it looks like Cupra has gone down the touch control route, with the steering wheel sporting what appears to be the same haptic feedback route as VW. Admittedly, we quite like it, but it's certainly divided opinion. Let us know what you think down in the comments. This being an electric car, there's an option for a more environmentally friendly interior trim. As standard, the Born comes with seats covered in a material made from recycled plastic bottles from the sea. And if you're after something a bit more sporty, then you can spec Dynamica seats, which are a kind of suede that isn't actually suede. Augmented reality is typically restricted to more expensive cars, making it all the more impressive that all but the entry-level trim models come with an AR head-up display that layers information such as sat-nav guidance over the road ahead. In the centre of the dash sits a 12-inch floating infotainment screen, which is slightly angled towards the driver to make things easier to see and control at the wheel. The high-resolution screen contains menus on driving functions and vehicle data and can be controlled using voice commands. Most cars use a wake-up command like "Hey Mercedes" or something along those lines, but in the Cupra it's "Hola, hola," because it's Spanish. You'll probably just use Siri or Google Assistant through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which come as standard. By the looks of things, the climate settings are controlled either through the infotainment system or, annoyingly, through touch sliders just beneath it. You can also use the Cupra Connect app for various connectivity functions and remote vehicle access, plus there are a host of smart safety systems such as adaptive cruise control and a top view camera, though the latter is optional. If you go running into a Cupra dealership when the car launches, you'll have 4 battery sizes and 4 power outputs to choose from. Entry-level Borns come with a 45 kWh battery and 148 brake horsepower motor, which offers up to 211 miles of range on a full charge and can do 0 to 62 in 8.9 seconds. Next is the 58 kWh battery, which is mated with a 201 brake horsepower motor and can muster 260 miles and a 0 to 62 mph time of 7.3 seconds. The same battery can be hooked up to a 228 brake horsepower motor, which offers the same range but does a 0 to 62 mph sprint in 6.6 seconds. The biggest battery is 77 kilowatt hours and extends the range to 335 miles. Despite also producing 228 brake horsepower, the heavier battery means a 0 to 62 mph dash is slightly slower at 7 seconds. The bigger battery can also add 62 miles of range in just 7 minutes on 125 kilowatt chargers, or up to 80% of range in 35 minutes. Charging on an 11 kilowatt wall box will take 7 hours and 30 minutes for the 77 kilowatt hour battery, but with the 58 kilowatt hour unit it should be possible in 6 hours and 15 minutes. Cupra keeps drip feeding us information on the Born, and while we've been given all the major details on the EV, the Spanish firm still hasn't confirmed when the car will go on sale, nor how much it'll cost. But if we use the ID.3 as a base, we'd expect the Born to carry a price tag of just over £30,000, making it slightly more expensive than the base version of the VW. It is after all meant to be the more premium and more sporty car, so it's not just a VW clone. We'll get confirmation on pricing though before the year is out, with deliveries due to get underway in early 2022. In the meantime though, you can check out all the latest deals on new and used EVs over at YesAuto.com.